Hey everyone, welcome back to Timeless. I've spent a lot of time lately tinkering with a bunch of different Lurrus decks because I think Lurrus shells, especially with Chthonian Nightmare, is one of the better things that you could be doing in the format right now. And there's a crazy density of cheap creatures that got brought to the format by Modern Horizons 3, and you could back it up with strong interaction spells like Thoughtseize, Sword to Plowshares, whatever. So I've been like making all sorts of different Lurrus shells. Here's one. Here's a Grixis one. I stumbled on this one that I think I like a lot, though. It uses another new card, the new Grist, and it is an Abzan deck built really hard around Chthonian Nightmare. This is much more of a combo deck around Nightmare, and there were some cards that had some good showings. Marionette Apprentice was a way to close out games. When you had Chthonian Nightmare in play, you can loop a Cursed Marauder to make your opponent sack some creatures. Malevolent Rebel was a really cute way to fill your graveyard and find your combo pieces, but I think we got a little lost in the sauce here. We went all in on a non-infinite combo. So I thought about this deck and what we have here, and I said, wait a minute, we could apply this to the Amalia deck. Aha, so I haven't played any games with this yet, but I just retooled the Amalia deck to use the same technology that we have in that last deck, where we have Grist, and we're also a Chord of Calling deck. So I was able to increase the density of green creatures. We now have these 4 green creatures in our deck, so that should hopefully be enough to cast Chord of Calling. And let's quickly go over the deck and the changes. What's the same as last time? We still have Amalia. We still have the card that combos with her. We have Once Upon a Time because it's busted. We have Orbogish, Bowmasters, and Chthonian Nightmare because they're some of the best black cards to play. They go well together. We have Guide of Souls. Notably, we're missing the kitty cat. I had to make some room. So we ended up, unfortunately, cutting the Ocelot Pride as much as I like the card. Deathbright Shaman is a green creature and a Manic Dork with a power level through the roof, so we are going to keep it. And then we have some new inclusions to the main deck in Grist. This card seemed really nice when I got a chance to play with it. It's a 1 mana card you could flip into a Planeswalker. If you bring anything back with Nightmare or with Lurrus, you can pay the green and bring him back. Notably, if you bring him back with Lurrus, you can have it flip to itself. It's very strong. And then I'm also going to play C Note Scout, which is pointed out to me by other people. It's a staple in Amalia decks for reasons. It is a way to kickstart your combo. It makes your Wild Growth Walker be slightly less terrible. Card's still pretty bad. But it's a way to make it slightly less terrible, and it recurs with Chthonian Nightmare. Doesn't recur itself, of course, but when you loop it with Chthonian Nightmare, you can just like loop it to get some explorers. The same way that you loop a Bowmaster to keep paying things, or loop something with a Guide of Souls in play to keep gaining life, you can loop your Cenote Scout to keep exploring, which is certainly something. And of course, we're a Chord of Calling deck. Woohoo! We can hopefully tutor our combo pieces onto the battlefield. We could do it at instant speed as well, which is really, really sweet. We could even, I was thinking about going down on copies of Wild Growth Walker before when I was talking about the deck, but I think we're going to stay with 4. Sideboard's 90% the same. I can't remember exactly what I changed, but more or less the same idea as last time. Let's go ahead and run this in some ranked games. Like Amalia, I'm going to talk about Amalia while we can. Some strengths and weaknesses to Amalia decks. Get the strength that you're a Lurrus deck and you're just like this fast mid-range deck. You can grind incredibly well and you have a combo finish on top of the Lurrus deck. And if we can discover a good deck that has this formula where it's this Lurrus Nightmare deck that grinds and then combos out of nowhere and it wins, it's freaking awesome. The last iteration, that wasn't exactly it, and it had a lot of problems. There's problems with Amalia in general. That Amalia is a sorcery speed combo, at least in that deck it was. It requires combat damage to go through. It is A plus B, sometimes requiring C. It dies to removal, quite literally. And Wild Growth Walker was a really poor card for the format. It's probably like the worst card ever registered in Timeless. Ooh, top 100 matchup. I'm gonna hush. So this deck's fixing some of those weaknesses by letting us chord for the combo at instant speed and letting us get the combo pieces together a bit quicker. We got new Grist to make us a better Lurrus deck. Top 100 matchup. We're going first. I see a Once Upon a Time. I see a Grist on turn 1. Let's keep this Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time is a busted card that might just like happen us into our combo pieces. Ah, it is Amalia. All right, I will go ahead and play her. And then we will go ahead and play a Temple Guard. And a Grist. Alright, looks like we are up against Prime Time, so they're not going to be... Ooh, that's a new one. Holy What the hell are you playing? They're top 100. So it means the deck is good. Oh my god. Okay. So what did they cook, and do I need to be afraid of them? Oh boy, do I need to be afraid of this nonsense? I gotta think about what I want to do. I could put this Deathrite Shaman this turn. And if I do that, it means I'll have 4 mana next turn where I can play my 2 creatures, but I can't combo next turn. I can combo the turn after next, always. Interesting. So if I can't combo next turn, I think it's wisest to play the Deathrite Shaman and then fetch up a Surveil Lamp. See if we can fix the top of our deck. And then we're going to combo 2 turns from now. Ooh, I like what they're cooking. They are certainly cooking out here. I'm going to steal this deck. Next video. Oh, I forgot to get rid of the webcam. I'm sorry, it's in the way. That gets in the way, and then I gotta put on the silly profile picture. Alright, let's get a Surveil going. You're gonna get our green-black land to fix our colors. Swords. I think I keep this as an emergency button. And then what we're gonna do here, it's an emergency button just in case they cheat something crazy into play. We can swords it off the Deathrite Shaman mana. And if not, we can actually use it to kickstart our own combo and gain some life, which is pretty funny, but it's easier to gain life off a Deathrite Shaman. As long as there's a creature in a bin, which guess what? There isn't, so we might swords our own Deathrite Shaman to get comboing. Our opponent's probably not packing the creature interaction, though, other than maybe some sweepers, so perhaps this could be good for us. Karn. We can kill them? No way, right? No way first game we do the Amalia combo, right? Yeah, true goodness, blah, 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 blah. Get your card. They only have like 1 mana available to them, right? They played a land for turn, so yeah, they played this land for turn. So what can they do? A Tuber Orb. Flare. Okay. Razor, yeah. Alright, we kill them. Woohoo! I think we do, unless they have 0 mana interaction here. Let's go ahead and exile this Flare. And the way we get to do it is we get to play this Wildgrowth Walker. And then we get to go ahead and exile target creature from their graveyard. It's going to start loop, and they can see. Holy crap, game 1 we Amalia comboed them? That doesn't seem right. Alright, their deck's fucking scary though. Oh, what the hell am I supposed to do? I think we take out the Bowmasters. I don't think they're going to be drawing cards, but what they are going to be doing is some bullshit. So we bring in the anti-bullshit, aka the hand hate. And then probably some needles. I don't know if they're cheating a creature out, so I don't know if we necessarily need those swords. Oh, wow, that worked. It worked! We Amalia comboed them. Holy shit, we'll take a Grist out. Some artifacts and enchantments for the blow up, maybe. Yeah, Grist is probably just the slowest thing in this deck. Deafening silence? Deafening silence? No? Say no. Wow, I'm shocked. Maybe this is better than I was giving it credit. Because like I said last time, I do think there's some merit to trying to build a combo Lurrus deck. It's just that the Amalia deck itself felt like it was a little bit off of being like a tier 1 timeless deck. This is sweet. That's exceeding expectations. That does the thing, game 1. Alright, we can lead on the turn 1 Cenote Scout for value. You gotta love it. We do have a Pitting Needle here to name... Can we stop at the ramp? I didn't have another land in hand, notably. They only have 3 mana next turn, so we don't need to like preemptively needle Ring or Karn. I'm wondering what the correct needle is. Probably Ring, but... where's it? Karn? I don't know exactly what their deck is trying to do. Whether they're just playing Karn or if they're actually like comboing with him. Okay, more flaring. They're just gonna cast an Emrakul soon, aren't they? Oh, I'd love a Thoughtseize right now to take a look at that hand. Okay, Besiege you. Interesting. Let me think about what I want to needle. Play Baby Grist. I'm gonna needle the One Ring because Boseiju can't blow it up. If they play a Karn and they tutor something, we can blow what they tutor up with Boseiju. Alright, One Ring. Hopefully I'm not wrong in that thinking. Okay, opponent's gonna get cooking with those flares. They can like hard cast the 13 mana Emrakul soon, which is very scary, to be honest. I think here we just go to combat. We put maybe Walker into play. I'm a little scared of potential board wipes. Not like Chthonian's gonna do anything in play either, though. So I'll go ahead and get a Surveil land here. And then maybe if we Surveil a creature into the bin, we could do a Nightmare Loop, flip our Grist. Grist blows up artifacts and enchantments, notably, that we know our opponent is playing with Karn. Alright, our opponent is getting more forests. The classic. Draw your cards. Gimme. No. Try again. I'm gonna sorcery speed this, which seems kind of weird, but if I hit a creature here, it gets a Nightmare Loop immediately and then flip our Grist before our opponent gets to say anything about it. Nope. Okay. Lurrus to hand then. We're chilling. I mean, we're not really chilling. Our opponent's eventually gonna cast a crazy high mana spell. They've just ramped. What's happening next? Playing Lurrus doesn't do anything, so let's go ahead and dig with once. A Deathrite, sure. And then we'll go ahead and attack with everything. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. I muted my mic to sneeze, and I forgot to unmute it. Alright, but our opponent just concedes to us of putting Amalia into our hand. Record for the amount of ramping I've seen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I've never seen 12 basic forests and nothing else. I don't mean to make fun of them. Their deck is pretty cool. I think it was Aspiring Spike put together like some sort of deck that casts Emrakul just by doing Flare of Cultivation plus Arboreal Glazer kind of nonsense. So that's probably what that was. I haven't seen somebody try that in Timeless yet, so that was pretty cool. Unfortunate that it just didn't work out for them there. All right. We will be on the play against Fjord. We have a Wild Growth Walker and a way to tutor for our second combo piece. This is not a great hand, but I think I'm going to keep it anyway. We get to Surveil on turn 1 to see if we can go ahead and fix this hand a little bit. Maybe this was a mulligan. This kind of shit. It's no interaction too, but this deck doesn't really pack much interaction game 1. Maybe that's a mistake on my part. Mistake in deck building. I should have more interaction in the deck. It's not like I could mulligan to Thoughtseize on turn 1. I'm just not playing that card in my main deck. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting on the pressure, trying to combo, and then in game 2 you read and react and you put in the correct interaction. Alright. Let's get going. Alright, let's go ahead, surveil end of turn. Tide of Souls. Is this a good enough card? I think this goes to the graveyards. Because it goes to the graveyard because then we can activate Nightmare and get it back. I'll go ahead and just play out a Wild Growth Walker. See what my opponent does. Alright, yep, lighting. Here's opponent with the interactive deck, so we'll see if our combo is resilient enough to this. I think this was kind of a bad keep for me, though, because now I got nothing going on. Ooh, the thrashing is about to happen. So we have a Nightmare to get a combo piece back. That's pretty good. So I'm thinking of ways to set up a Cord and then Nightmare for lethal. Hear me out, right? We can Nightmare back the Wild Growth Walker at a later date, and then we can Cord for Amalia if we get to 5 mana, including Convoking. Let's go ahead and Surveil here. We'll technically have 5 mana, including Convoking, next turn. That's assuming this Deathrite Shaman lives. Love to see what my opponent is cooking, though. It seems good. Rakdos Energy, let's get it. With Party Thrasher, the Lizard Wizard. They're cooking. Oh, Convoking. It's good. Alright, yep, they're gonna go ahead, take a look. They get to take one of our good cards, unfortunately. Both Nightmare and Cord are really sweet here. We do not get to keep them. Okay, it is a Nightmare that they will take. Right, opponent will activate that on my end step. Oh, there goes Deathrite too. Okay, that's fine. We can just put a Lurrus into our hand and take our time with this game. Go ahead, Shrek. Swords? Would I like to Swords the Party Thrasher? Probably, right? Gonna get them a lot of card advantage over time. Well, less card advantage, more card filtering, but either way, that is a scary thing to let your opponent have. Oddly, we drew both of our black-white lands and the swamp. Maybe I should change the mana base a little bit if we're trying to support Cord. Opponent's on that Amped Raptor plan, putting up good pressure. Oh, and a Nightmare. Yeah, I like their deck. They got the good stuff going on. Now I can Nightmare back their Lizard Wizard. Oh no, never mind. I exiled it. That thing is gone. So I think the play here is to Lurrus recur Nightmare. And the reason I like that is because we can use the Nightmare to get Lurrus back again next turn. If he dies, which I'm like 90% sure this guy is not making it through a turn cycle. And he's very powerful, so I'd happily play a Guide of Souls and then sacrifice him to the Nightmare Gods to get my Lurrus back. And then we can just keep cooking from there. Oof. Opponent's packing all that good interaction. So this might be the end of us. Right, we can play the Guide to Souls, we can get the Lurrus back, and then with the Lurrus, we can play a card, pick a card, any card from our graveyard. Is it going to be good enough? I don't know. You tell me. I don't think so. But might as well try to put something in play, right? Well, we can chord now, actually, so maybe there's a shot. Because this is chord mana here, triple green, +2. We can chord for 2, get a Bowmasters out of our deck. Just jump with that. Sure, I'll say we have a shot. It's not a good one, but we have a shot. Oh, and I just noticed my opponent is not a Lurrus deck. I was kind of assuming that they are, because that's usually where the Amulet Nightmare build goes. But no, they do have some payoffs that cost more than 2, and it's not Flage because they're not playing white. Ah, Reanimate. They're probably Grief in their deck or something. Something's cooking. They're attacking in. Let's go ahead and chord. We're just going to do a fair chord here. Fair chord. We get a Bowmasters. No combo pieces. We definitely could have tried, but I don't trust my opponent to not have a piece of interaction. Like, we could have chorded for Amalia, for example. And then after chording for Amalia, we gain some life off the Deathrite Shaman, and we put the Wild Riftwalker back into play. Oh no! My nightmare! It's over. We were back for a second, but it's over. Oh no, never mind. It just comes back with Lurrus. We can't get a creature back with Lurrus then, so suboptimal, but, you know, fine. Worst things have happened to me. Okay, drawing a land is suboptimal. We'll use the word suboptimal a bit today. So I think what we do is we do the Guide of Souls. We put that into play. And then we get recurring this Bowmaster. So you'd even think about sacrificing the Lurrus and bringing it back to get another free play on the Lurrus. That's interesting. Bring back the Guide of Souls first. Right, and then we can go ahead and play a Chthonian Nightmare. If we wanted to sack the Lurrus, we could sack Lurrus, bring back Bowmasters, replay Nightmare, bring back Lurrus, and then play Guide of Souls off of Lurrus, and that would give us the biggest possible board. That's something I'm actually interested in doing. Thinking about it. Otherwise, I'm sacrificing a Shaman. That's actually an idea, because I have the energy, right? I have the energy to do it. Go ahead and do that. So Lurrus, when it re-enters the battlefield, is going to be a new game object. And that means that I get to cast something with it again, which will be the second Guide of Souls. I need white mana, please. Don't do me like that. Okay, they give up. Wow, really? Okay. I'm sorry, I was taking my time. I know a little slow from me, but I had to think some things out. So unfortunately, what we don't have is the graveyard interaction for that Chthonian Nightmare, and I'm not needling Nightmare. What do we want to do here? We pack the Veil of Summer. I think Bowmaster comes out. The only purpose it has is jump blocking and killing their Bowmasters and Raptors. It's not quite good. We can play the Swords as well, just to defend ourselves against their beatdown. And then once we stabilize, we can go for it. Seems pretty good. Because, I mean, all the Bowmasters come out. Seems like a lot. They really all coming out? Maybe what we could do is we could trim on the C-Note Scouts and the Grists. Just play the 2 Bowmasters. How good's Grist? Your Grist is probably pretty freaking good. We'll play 3 Grists. Oh, right. We have a double Once Upon a Time hand, which isn't optimal, but I do like the rest of the cards in it. We got our combo piece, we got a Grist and a Deathrite Shaman. Go ahead and keep it. You know, I would essentially consider this, don't disregard this Once Upon a Time I'm holding. Would I keep this 6? The answer is yes. So let's go ahead and keep this. Our opponent might grief scam us here. Nope, just the thoughts. Sure. Take whatever you want. Alright, let's go to our turn. Always cast Once Upon a Time on your main step, or on your main phase. Take your draw step. Get the extra info. Amalia. That's what I call a combo piece. Now, my opponent's deck, I'm pretty sure, does just kind of lose to the combo. Let's see it. I mean, we really... the ball's in their court to interact with us, unfortunately. So we're a bit at their mercy. I'm going to go ahead and take our Surveil here. We want to hit a land. Thank you. I pass. So I technically have enough mana to go for the combo next turn. I won't do that, though. Instead, I'm just going to play the Amalia, since I have an extra copy of her. And I would like her to not have Summoning Sickness for when I do go for the combo. Then we can use Deathrite Shaman to gain life to kickstart the combo. Alright, they chose to keep a Leyline of the Void, which means that they are going to reanimate Spyro. Okay. I thought they were... Oh no, they could still Convoke it if they play a Swamp, right? If they hit a Swamp here. Yo, that's sick. Alright. Never did I think I would see the day that somebody would invoke a Leyline of the Void into play on me, but here we are. That's a screenshot. Yeah. Never did I think I would see the day. This is if it goes into the graveyard from anywhere. Yeah, including like milling or whatever. We could play through that. It's not the end of the world. Marsh flats up. And we'll keep our stuff back. But my opponent does need to find some interaction here. And they found Thoughtseize. Okay, so they can take my walker. Maybe if we're a luck sack, we can Once Upon a Time into the second walker. That requires being a luck sack, though. Alright, let's go ahead and do the Once Upon a Time. I do have the alternate choice if maybe I'm just activating the Deathrite Shaman and trying to make my opponent dead. I'll start doing that next turn. But right now, I do want to be mana efficient, and we have the potential to do something stupid if Once Upon a Time hits the right creature. It doesn't. It hits another Deathrite Shaman, which I'm very interested in playing because this clocks them really well. Guided Soul is also really strong, but pick the Deathrite. Yeah, so let's go ahead and play Deathrite number 2. Yeah, and then we're just gonna be chilling here. I'm just gonna be activating my Deathrites and killing them by paper cuts. Alright, unfortunately, my Deathrite Shaman is going to meet an untimely end. But my opponent is at 7, with 2 damage a turn off of the other Shaman incoming. So it's not great for them. Ooh, okay. Do I want to Swords their Lizard Wizard? So, this is a card that can definitely help them get back into the game. And it doesn't change the clock, so I'm happy to do this. I don't want to attack because they're just going to block with Pyro and make more blockers. Dude, I'm silly. It does change the clock. I don't get to activate Shaman this turn. So I made the clock one turn slower. Maybe I should have not put Lurrus into my hand in that case. Lurrus doesn't do anything. My yard is empty. It's just a card. Yeah, I should have just not put Lurrus into my hand there and instead should have activated my Deathrite Shaman. He's going to die. Goodbye, Deathrite Shaman. Alright, so unfortunately, no new cards will enter my graveyard. However, Guide of Souls. That's a card. So now we're going to gain a bit of life. We're going to do a bit of exploring with this Amalia. Another Guide of Souls? It's my birthday. We're going to keep that on top, because next turn what we could do is we could play the other Guide of Souls, play the Amalia, just legend roll them, get a bunch of triggers, gain a bunch of life, and then kill our opponent with flying. Play. Yep, stay on top. We're just gonna legend roll. Keep the original one. Nice, and then we go to combat and we kill them. Cool, lethal. Alright, rank 11 again. It's alright, we're forever consigned to bounce between 11 and 12 and make no real progress in life. Alright, let's do one more with Amalia. It's a good showing. I'm pleasantly surprised with this build. Alright. What is the dog doing? We are against number 75. We're getting some top 100 mirrors today. In the blind. Is this a keep? I think so. Bowmasters plus Nightmare plus Guide of Souls is just a strong enough group of cards that I think it's going to win me games by keeping. Our opponent has some magical sleeves, and they are going to be playing something slower probably with an Izzet Surveil Land to start the game. Just normal stuff. We'll flash in the Bowmasters on end step. Nothing crazy's happening here. Hopefully our opponent brainstorms or something stupid. Please just cast a Brainstorm. You're rank 75, you know better. You know better than to brainstorm on my end step. That's right, you just surveil instead. Alright, let's go ahead and flash in this Blowmaster over here. Might eat a counter spell, that's fine, because we can untap, we do another Bowmaster, and just make sure it resolves against the blue deck. Ooh, March. Interesting. And Stern Scolding? You still have something, I can tell. You have priority. Wonder what they have. I'm gonna get a Surveil Land. Go ahead and attack them. And it is a removal spell. Sure. Pay your energy. I'm going to do the second Bowmasters in combat, though. Because they don't have mass removal if they're taking their time to pick off my Bowmasters. So we can play this ahead of their turn, make sure it's in play for the static ability, just want more damage off of the token this way. And we can work towards playing a Nightmare and start recurring. No, Leech. A little unfortunate, but there goes the Bowmasters. And the narrative has been tuned, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a controlling deck leveraging Flage, which is something I was advocating for last video. We don't need another chord, not right now. Ah, Baby Grist. Oh wait, we can make this work. Yeah, we can flip Baby Grist right now. Play Baby Grist. Play the Nightmare. Green mana. Bowmasters comes back. And Baby Grist flips. Baby Grist not going to win a game by itself, but hey. It's cool, right? Amalia in my graveyard. Alright, Baby Grist is doing work, ladies and gentlemen. they can get a Flage back here, which is, it's spooky for us, don't get me wrong. But they at least can't kill my Grist with Flage. Grist went right up to 4 loyalty. Pretty nice for 1 mana, right? Flage is here, though, and Flage is here to stay. There was the Death Toucher. We can probably make another Death Toucher, though. I think we begin by plussing Grist and see what goes into the graveyard. We did not get a Death Toucher, sadly. What I could do is recur a Grist, and then I would have another Death Toucher. And also recur an Amalia. Ooh, I like that idea. So I recur a Grist, I recur an Amalia, and then I have Death Touchers. Yeah. I'm thinking it out in my brain, right? Recur the Grist, recur Amalia as well. This means that my opponent, when they attack with Flage, if they want to attack with Flage, they're going to have to shoot the Grist, not shoot the Amalia. And if they don't shoot the Amalia, we can then chord for our combo piece and win. That's pretty cool. So let's start like this. Get the baby Grist. I will decline here because we already have one. And then I will get an Amalia back with this Bowmasters. Oh, my mana short of courting for my combo piece? I think I am, right? Yeah, actually, hold on. Cancel that. I'm only gonna have 4 mana. If I sack a Bowmasters, though, I will have enough. No, I think I'd rather not at that point, then. We'll bring the Amalia back. We can always court at sorcery speed on our turn. Decline. And we could also just court for 1 to get a life gain creature. Get our Guide of Souls. Get another baby Grist. Get a Deathrite Shaman. We can get one of many things. So they attack Grist here. They probably shoot baby Grist. So am I going to chord for 0 here? I think the answer is no. Right? Chord, or not chord for 0. Chord for 1. Chord for 1 would allow us to get maybe another Grist. Oh, we can get another Grist and block the Flage. Oh, I have 6 Gazgoolian IQ. All right, let's see that IQ in action. Let's put that brain to work here. Chord for 1. It's gonna get countered. I'm so smart. It's alright. Chord for 1 gets countered. It's just a day in the life. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That means we get to resolve our nightmare, right, guys? Alright, tapped out of blue mana. Everybody shut up. We can win this game. I just don't have life gain. No. I don't have a life gain or an explorer. So now what? Now what, chat? Actually, now what? What do I do? What do I do? No life gain in here, no explorer. If I corded for the other 1-drop, I would... Well, I wouldn't have put it in my graveyard because it didn't resolve. I think what I should start with is I could start with Grist. And then if we mill the right card, we can win. Gotta be right, though. The price has to be right. Grist comes back. We plus it. Make a Death Toucher. Okay, we milled another Chthonian, which is not ideal. So I think we could just like play our Chthonian, and we could put into play, and then it just chills in play, probably. Actually, what I could do is I could take Amalia. 1, 2. Amalia is safe in the graveyard. She will stay there, okay? Listen, she's staying. Right, this is fine. We have a Bowmasters in play as a hate bear. We have a chump blocker for the Flage. They can't flip their Tameo because the Bowmaster's in play. This, I think, is fine. We can next turn try to make the combo happen. We just need a source of life gain. There's a lot of potential sources of that in the deck. Like, we can do this. We just got to play tight. I'm figuring this out as we go. This is a new build of the deck for me. You know, just got to play tight. All right, surveil me. Put it in the graveyard. Please. A Deathbright Shaman. Okay, this is theoretically a way to gain life. I'll put it in my graveyard. Because I can get it back with the Nightmare. Alright, everybody shut the fuck up. We might have just won. Well, they gonna have a counter spell, I'm sure, but... You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you spin. I'm going to attempt to chord for a Guide of Souls. Well, actually, let me think about my mana usage. So we need 4 mana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana is available to us. We need 9, so I need to get like an Amalia in play to tap for the Guide of Souls, or to tap for the chord. Or I need to play Wild Growth Walker first, tap it for the chord. Yeah, let's put Wild Growth Walker on the stack first. Wild Growth Walker is on the stack. I will then attempt to chord for 2. Chord for 2. For the life gain creature. Oh no, I only need to chord for 1. Right, because I have Amalia in my graveyard. Yeah, I'm going to chord for 1 then. Chord for 1 to get a life gain creature. And then this gets countered. No! Okay. Oh, I should have left 1 attacker up, because now I could, like, could have, like, flown in the Wild Growth Walker. Yeah, this isn't looking good for the home team. Yeah, what I should have done, because I need 1 less mana, I should have either not played the Wild Growth Walker first, or I should have kept a creature up so that I could attack and use my energy. I am getting attacked because I am dead. Okay. Alright, learning the lines of this deck. Of course, we also just got bullied by a control deck just a little bit. Classic control deck bullying. So let's go ahead and pack the Thought Seizes and pack the Veils of Summer. And hopefully this gives us a shot here. Bowmaster's very good. Probably some Cenote Scout can come out. Maybe a Walker can come out too. I like my combo piece. The way to start the combo. What's the worst card against control? Baby Grist. I know we did flip Baby Grist there. No, he was crazy when we flipped him. We got to keep Baby Grist in. Maybe 1 chord, and then 1 scout. I'm really not sure. Kind of guessing. Great, we're going to be on the play against control. What is he? Once Upon a Time hand with Veil of Summer backup? You bet I love this. Alright. I would like probably my combo piece here. Also, this hand's a little awkward. We got Basic Swamp and Boseiju in it. Kind of stinky. I'll take a combo piece, though. And then turn 1, we're going to go ahead and get green-white mana. And turn 2, we'll play Boseiju as a land, and then we can hold up Veil of Summer for the rest of the game. So Veil of Summer is really only good against counterspells with their deck in particular, so maybe that should have stayed in the sideboard. Okay. There's, I mean, hey, there it is. There it is, boys and girls. I think, therefore I am. I'm going to play Amalia. We're going to get an incidental support, incidental, can't talk, an incidental trigger. And then next turn we could attempt to resolve a Walker with counterspell backup. Or with, you know, anti-counterspell backup. They could also just, like, shoot my Amalia in response here. I think the best chance for me to combo is turn 3 right now on the play. And if not, we can grind. It's like something's coming. Is it a counterspell? Oh, no shot. It looks like a counterspell. Double blue. Come on. No, it's removal for Amalia. Yeah, well. So that's going to resolve. And then we can also just play Baby Grist. And then we can consider next turn courting for an Amalia, which would be pretty sweet. And we could do that with Veil of Summer backup again. Alright, well, there goes my life gain creature, but holy crap, the combo showed up in my hand again. I don't have a dorky life gain creature, right? And I can't cord first. If I cord for one first, it doesn't work. I don't quite have enough mana. So we're gonna have to untap and do it, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. It's not what I love. Not what I love to see in here. I'll attack with BB Grist. I'll try to cord for one on their end step. See if it resolves. They are down to 9 life, which is very nice for us, to be honest. Cord for one here. I could have maybe not attacked with Grist to keep Veil of Summer up, but I really... Okay, there's the mana drain. I really did value getting their life total as low as possible here. Alright, what's in that hand, buddy? You gotta tell me. Flame of an Ore. Disruptor Flute doesn't work. It's my deck. Flame of an Ore is a 1-target removal spell. I think Brainstorm is probably their strongest card right here, so I will take it. And then I will play Amalia. We have Veil of Summer up for the Flame of an Ore. We do have the combo in play. We just need to kick it off somehow. I really should have kept Veil up for the cord. I don't know. Maybe that was a misplay. Maybe it wasn't. My opponent's so low on life that we're just going to win with beats, probably. Alright, they get to put something on top. Could be a mana drain, could be unconditional removal. It is unconditional removal. And then they're probably going to try to flame. Wow, playing around Veil of Summer, nice. Yeah, just draw the 2 cards and then use the removal. Okay. The flute! But what is he fluting? Probably Nightmare? I would assume so. It doesn't work if you name Amalia. Yep, they do name Nightmare. It's gonna have to... Hey! I'm not supposed to draw that. Alright, we're getting here with the bad beats. Word pay 3 life, dear opponent. 2, buddy. I'm not the one who put you to 2 HP. You did it to yourself. Alright, and they take care of Baby Grist. Makes sense. So they're going to 3. But hey, my opponent might die to just a Wild Growth Walk returning sideways, which is really funny. I find it hilarious, personally. Not quite. Alright, and the Fleech comes back. Ah, okay. Yeah, we don't have Graveyard Hate here. So this Fleech is going to come back next turn, and we lose. I don't think this is worth playing out. Fleech is just going to kill my creature. And they're going to gain some life. That was close. It was definitely a good attempt. Control will always beat combo, as they say. Ugh. Alright, but other than that match against Control, the other 2 matches did feel really good with the deck. I do like this build. I think this build is getting closer to what could be a tier build. Maybe all 4 cores is a little bit much, so this card was a little expensive. But Birthing Ritual was not great. This chord direction is definitely a little bit better. BB Grist is a sweet card. I love the fact that we have 3 copies. I don't think we actually cast the Scout. No, we did once on like turn 1. It was fine. It existed. It was a card. I mean, this is a better build than we had before. My only complaint is that this deck doesn't pack enough interaction. So maybe what we are supposed to do is cut a chord or 2, cut a Cenote Scout, and then play like 2 Thoughtseize in the main. Just something to rip their hand apart, or maybe put the Juggernaut Peddler back in. I didn't want too many creatures that didn't tap to convoke green mana for my chord. That was my thinking. I think the mana should also change a little bit. I think that instead of a backstreet, oops, minus, plus. Too many 9 green sources in the deck. Um, it would look something like this. But I do have high hopes for this deck. Like, I still don't think it's perfect. It definitely does feel like a little bit worse than the more streamlined, like, Mardu energy builds. But, like, we're definitely getting somewhere where we have a Lurrus deck that can do the Lurrus deck thing. It can grind and then it can combo out of nowhere. So I hope people keep working on this deck. They pick it up, work on it, work on the sideboard too, because this is obviously work in progress. I think I need to tech this against control a lot more. Maybe cards like swords come out of the sideboard, or maybe even out of the main deck. Because what we really need to do is like shore ourselves up against the control mages, against creature decks. We can actually try to combo on them if they don't have too much removal. But then we would want defensive cards to defend against the removal. Yeah. I'll think about it. I'll go to the drawing board a little bit, make some tweaks, but I think this is a much better build than we had last time. So I'm gonna keep working on it. I hope other people in the community keep working on it. And then maybe we can make the Lurrus combo deck dream a reality.